Aloha! My name is Ryan, and if you're watching this video, it's because you've rented a moped or two from us. I'm excited for you to have fun, but there are a few things that, some general things you need to go over about the mopeds before you get going on them. So come on a little closer and I'll show you a few things. So let's start with the lock and cable. So each moped comes with a Kryptonite lock. Best way to lock it is to, well, you're going to use the cable and the lock. You want to lock the wheel with the lock, run the cable, you lock through the cable, run it through the tire, and then you put this side in like this, and then clip it closed, and then change the lock. And what you'll do is you'll run this cable through around a tree or a bike lock or something, and then you'll actually loop it through here actually before you close it. So the code will be provided to you once you rent, but to open it, you push this to the right. So again, you put the cable through, put this around something so somebody can't steal it, and then put this end in, put this end in, mix up the combination, and then close that. And again, open it, you put the combination in and then push that to the right and pull this down. All right, next thing is how to lock the moped. If you come around here, this is the key. This is where you put the ignition, the key in the ignition. So you put it in. If you turn it to the left, it'll pop open the seat. And the seat, you can put a lot of things in here. When you're parked somewhere and you want to store something, or if you want to take something on your adventure, that's how you open it. You turn it to the right to start it, which we'll get to. But to lock, when you stop somewhere and you want to go, you want to leave the moped for a bit, you want to lock it too. So what you do is you push the key in, turn it to the left, and as you're turning it to the left, you turn this to the left, and then it'll turn further and lock the moped, so it can't, the steering column can't be turned. So it's another way to secure the moped even further. So we're gonna go over the gas tank next. The gas cap is back here. To put gas in it, just push this cap forward, put the key in there, turn it to the right, and pull it out. You need to put 90 or more octane gas in it, because it's a high performance vehicle. So it needs, that's a joke, but it does need 90 or plus. And then you got to line these things closed, but this one lines up with the top, so you have to line it up, turn the key, pull it back out, and then close that. Next, I will show you about the buttons. Buttons are very important, actually. Oh, actually, before we get to that, come around here. The bike is up on the kickstand. There's a kickstand here, but I would recommend not using it because you can see how short it is. The moped might tip over. So you want to use this one here. And to get it off of this, you just pull the moped forward to get it off, and then you can go. When you want to park it, you just push this down and then push down with your foot and push back at the same time, and it'll put it in this stand position. And that's how you want to leave it when you store it. Next thing are the buttons. So the buttons, oops. So you've got your horn, you've got your turn signals, you've got your brights, and just your regular beams. This is your gas gauge. It's opposite. Normally in America, empty is on the left, full is on the right, but full is on the left. It's full. This is your speedometer. And then to the right here, we've got the hazard lights, the start button, and the kill switch. It's very important that you don't use this kill switch. Just forget it's there. If you turn on the kill switch to turn off the moped, and then you try to start it and you crank it over for a long time, it'll it'll actually ruin the moped. So just don't use this at all. To turn off the moped, just turn the key off when you're done and then take the key out. Oops. Don't worry about, don't ever use this kill switch. Next thing I'm going to show you how to adjust the mirrors. When you get on, you can adjust these, you can turn them. So you want to be able to see behind you on both sides. And then the brakes, this is the left is the rear brake, the right is the front brake. So I would recommend using the rear brake most of the time. And then if you really need to stop quickly, use both brakes. Don't ever use the front brake by itself unless you're on a steep hill and you're coasting and you're falling backwards, then use the front brake. Otherwise I wouldn't use it. Never use the front brake going forward unless you're using both brakes. Now I'll show you how to start it. It's a little bit tricky, but once you know how to do it, it's pretty easy. You turn the ignition on, the key ignition. There's a 9-volt battery charger here, a 9-volt charger here if you need that, but turn the key to the ignition and then pull in the rear brake handle. You have to be pulling in the rear brake handle to start it. And then you push the button and then it should start. You don't need a lot of gas. It'll start, let it warm up a little bit. It's automatic, so you don't have to go. I have the lock on, so I can't go anywhere. This is the throttle. This is how you get going. It starts moving when I do this. So, and turn off the engine. Just turn the key back to the up and down position. All right, the last thing I'm going to show you is how to put on the helmet. Helmets, there are different size helmets. Grab the one that fits best. Put it on, make sure it's snug, not too loose, but not too tight. And then just put this in right here and clip it in until it's snug against your chin. And it's got a visor here. It's kind of hidden, but you can pull this visor down and use this as protect against the wind or for a sun visor. And then to release it, there's a blue tab here. Pull this blue tab and pull this out at the same time. And that's it. Have a good time, be safe. They go about 30 miles per hour. They're 49 cc, go about 30 miles per hour. If you're going downhill, they'll go a little bit faster, but just be safe and follow all the road rules. The road rules are the same as cars. You have to stop at stop signs, stop at stop lights. Just pretend you're in a car and follow the same rules. And have a good time and be safe. Mahalo.